492, Department of Detritus, from Lincoln Middle School in Mount Prospect, Illinois. In a small neighborhood in Mount Prospect, the Gluttons were cleaning out their garage.
Wow, I never knew we had so many old electronics just sitting around.
What are we gonna do with all of these?
We'll just throw them away.
What is this? You expect me to eat this?
What? Who are you? Why are you in our garbage can?
I'm all of the garbage that ends up in landfills, and I want nothing to do with that disgusting electronic waste.
Everything that goes in here is disgusting. Didn't you see those 3-week-old bananas we threw out yesterday? What kind of harm can this little cell phone cause?
In 2013, the United States alone generated 3 million tons of electronic waste, according to the United States Environmental Protection Agency.
And WorldCounts.com says that 85% of this is sent to landfills or incinerators.
Wow, that's a lot of cell phones. It's not just cell phones. It always includes TVs, computers, gaming consoles, batteries, light bulbs, and more.
Okay, so there's a lot of electronics being thrown out, but it's still less disgusting than those bananas.
According to DoSomething.org, e-waste accounts for only 2% of America's trash and landfills, but it equals 70% of overall toxic waste.
It contains hazardous materials such as lead, cadmium, and mercury.
And CausesInternational.com says that these materials can cause loads of health problems, such as lung disease, kidney and bone damage, and even cancer.
So, what should we do with it?
The National Center for Electronic Recycling says that 25 states in the U.S. have already made some kind of electronic recycling program legislation.
Okay, so again, what should we do with it?
The Solid Waste Agency of Northern Cook County has provided this handy list of what you can do to dispose of your e-waste safely.
So, I'm supposed to look through all of this just to figure out how to safely get rid of my flip phone? We have a solution.
Who are you? Why is everyone coming to our house?
We are the DoD, or Department of Detritus, and we're here to show you a quick and easy way to safely get rid of your e-waste.
So you're saying there's a better way to get rid of my phone rather than looking through this?
Yes, we have created RCube, an application to help people like you get rid of your e-waste without harming people's health and the environment.
Our cubes can help you
Reduce.
Reuse
and recycle.
your e-waste with just a few clicks of a button.
In RCube, the first star reduces e-waste. By showing you ways you can upgrade your device so its useful life is extended.
The second R reuses e-waste with an online trading system that pairs up buyers and sellers.
And the third R recycles e-waste by providing links to the closest recycling facilities that will accept your device.
This is all pretty cool, but it sounds like you have to enter in a bunch of information to get it to work, and I just hate those little on-screen keyboards.
Unique to RCube is our scanning technology called DScan.
DScan stands for device scan, and this unique feature automatically scans your entire device to see what's inside of it. Then it automatically enters in all the information right into RCube.
That's how we help you reduce the amount of e-waste that goes into landfills. For example, on your computer, the app would automatically detect your current hardware.
Then it would recommend upgrades like graphic cards or RAM, letting you use your computer for another couple of years.
And it tells you if there are parts in your device you can remove to make it safer to throw out or recycle, like a cell phone battery.
We learned from the 257 responses to the survey that the DoD did that 75% of houses have electronic devices not being used anymore.
We have way more than 3.
Some reasons include how to get information off their device, like pictures and videos. They don't want their personal data falling into the wrong hands.
That's why I still have my last 3 phones in my junk jar. I don't want to lose any pictures of my little angel.
The app will walk you through on how to back up all of your personal data then to delete it all from your device.
How does that trading system work? I got an iPhone 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in my junk jar. I will have to trade those in and get an iPhone 6.
When you have a device you want to get rid of, just click the reuse button to keep it from becoming e-waste.
You just have to enter the price you want, because RCube already knows how to perfectly describe your device.
That's great, but nobody's going to want my flip phone. It's 20 years old.
For devices that can't run applications, you can use RCube installed on another device, or go to our website and manually enter in the information.
When you press on the recycle button, the GPS will find the nearest recycling business or deposit that's in your area.
We tried that. We got them and they said that they wouldn't take our devices. Just like the reduce and reuse features, RCube knows what your device is and creates the list based on that. And if there are any local e-waste events coming up, you will receive a notification up to a week in advance.
Christina Jakopuva, the Administrative Superintendent of Mount Prospect Public Works, reviewed RCube and said, RCube would be very helpful in making sure that customers properly dispose of their electronic items. I am more than confident consumers will utilize it.
Thanks, DoD. Now we know how to reduce.
Reuse.
And recycle our e-waste.
Anytime.
You don't want us to come to your front yard. Keep us away by keeping your e-waste out of landfills.
All right, thank you. That was really good. Well, tell me how you guys came up with this concept to do as a project. I mean, what else did you consider before choosing this?
Well, originally we all researched ideas on what we could do for our project, and then we started narrowing it down. So we got to microbeads and e-waste, and then we voted on that, and we chose e-waste.
Other concepts that we did research was microbeads, yard waste, tires, and styrofoam.
We chose electronic waste because most of us prefer to do electronic waste to microbeads, and electronic waste is a more worldwide problem than microbeads is.
E-waste is also a much more relatable topic to all of us because we all use electronic devices.
So you guys have a working prototype of the application?
Yes.
Wireframe. Yes.
Prototype.
That's the development kit?
How'd you go about developing your app?
We used Keynote to create a rough presentation of what we would like our app to look like and how we would want it to function.
We talked to an app developer, Don Bora, and he said that that's something that they actually do when developing an app.
So does this prototype that you showed us actually work? If I got out my cell phone, would it tell me what sort of chemicals are in it?
Well, it doesn't do stuff like that. It just tells you like where to recycle your stuff, how to
Okay.
buy and sell other electronics, and it also like tells you how to back up and erase your data.
It scans the device and it will know most of the things in your device, like graphic cards and RAM in your computer or phone, and then it can tell you how to upgrade these things so that they can last a few years.
That's what would happen if we actually made the app. We talked to Don Bora, and he said that the scanning technology could very well be used and could work on devices that we're looking for it to work on.
When we shared it with Don Bora, he said that only some platforms such as Android, Windows, they would share most of the all processing units, all the hardware. Apple would not be that much of openness, like to share all that data, because Apple is more of it's not that customizable like Windows or Android that which can tell you what is inside.
We did learn that on PCs or Mac computers, the scanning feature would work very well. We'd be able to get all of the information that we need.
We also learned that from Don Bora.
And you program into your app that long list that you showed of all the different kinds of e-waste so that people could use it for a variety of different waste streams.
Yes.
Is there anything about your project that surprised you along the way?
I was surprised to learn that the problem with e-waste wasn't it was in landfills, it was that it was toxic and it was in everyone's house.
I was surprised that it was causing such a big problem environmentally when it was put in landfills.
I was surprised that the electronic that people throw out that become waste, they go to developing countries that people, children and mothers, they take out with their own bare hands to search for blue gold, which can be toxic for the children themselves and for the environment.
As Jory said, I was too surprised by the fact that most people actually have the electronics in their phones, and that's the main problem with e-waste. And we found that from a survey that we did earlier on in the season. And we were able to actually add some new features to our app based on that survey, the results we got from it.
You showed the map of all the states that have some kind of e-waste program, and Illinois is one of them. What sort of things happen in Illinois with e-waste? Did you look into that?
Well, as of January 1st, 2012, Illinois has had this law where you can't, a lot of electronics, you can't throw them out, which just makes our app even more usable because it's illegal to do many
So
of these things.
what's supposed to happen with e-waste in Illinois because of this law? Where is it supposed to go instead?
It's supposed to go to recycling centers. You're supposed to recycle it rather than throw it out.
But the problem is nobody knows where to do any of this, so our app would tell them that and give them information based on the data.
We learned this from Mrs. Mary Allen of the Solid Waste Agency of Northern Cook County, and she informed us that there was such a law in Illinois that electronic waste has to be properly handled.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.